Just before this review starts, I just want to point out real quick how my car came, what it came in like. So it looks fine from the surface, right? And I'm just going to wait for it to focus, just so it can have a little bit more focus. But look underneath. See this? It came like this. That's how it was sent to me. Let's get into this review. Hello everybody, it is PreludeBoy99 coming at you with an RLC review, and today we have the 1993 Mazda RX-7 R1. This has been on my hit list ever since it's been announced in the convention. I don't know if it was the LA convention or what have you, but it was basically the national convention that this was announced, and I've been extremely pumped. I've been really excited for this RX-7, and as soon as it came out, I got two of them. Now, of course, I did point out earlier in the video that this is a defective product that was sent to me, but luckily, I have two. I bought a second one to open, one to keep closed, and this one's perfectly fine. So I'm going to unpackage it right in front of you guys, and see, just with ease, I was able to take this out. And here we have the RX-7. So one of the things that I just want to say right off the bat is that this is a very beautiful model. I really do love the body style of this thing, just the way the body lines are, and that is just a testament of how beautiful the RX-7 is in real life, especially the FD. I love the FD. I think it's one of my favorite body styles. I think my favorite body style has to be the FC, but here you have the beautiful Spectre Flame Red, and here in the rear you just have detailed taillights. However, they're painted, they are not lensed, but this actually looks very well. I think this is one of the better painted or decal taillights that I've ever seen in a die-cast model, and you can see the license plate says BRAP, so it's a really nice rear for a die-cast model, and it looks really good on the RX-7. You have that nice painted exhaust pipe, which is also a really nice detail. I really do like the two-piece spoiler. The spoiler is a separate piece. It's not just molded in, so that's also a really awesome detail. And I'm just looking around this thing. Basic Real Riders rims looks really nice on the RX-7. I think this was a really solid wheel choice. And here we have the engine bay detail. Now, a lot of people were complaining about this online, about the engine bay detail, and saying that this is the worst engine bay detail we've gotten in RLC. And in my honest opinion, I honestly do like the engine bay, though I think the only problem with this engine bay is that well, there should be a little bit more color to it, in my honest opinion. There's just silver, red, and black, and there's mostly black everywhere. This does look two-dimensional. There's not a lot of 3D or more features to make it pop, but I think it's acceptable. I really do like this engine bay. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's pretty decent, and I think it's better than nothing. So that is just my opinion on the engine bay. But one detail that I want to point out is the hood. This hood is absolutely fantastic. I like the way that this hood is with the pop-up headlights, especially how it goes down, and it closes really nice. It's very flush. So let me see if I can, there we go. Just getting it back open. And another thing that I like is the detail underneath the hood. See all those little panels right there? The Integra had that too, and I really think this is a really great detail for this RX-7. Another detail that I like is going to be the blinkers on the front. Again, I do believe these are the best decal / painted details from this RLC. So let's put this baby on the turntable. One thing that I forgot to mention is the interior detail, which I think Mattel knocked it right out of the park with this one. I really do like the steering wheel and all the gauges in molded plastic. They don't need to be painted for me to appreciate it, so I honestly really do like that. The center of the seats are also painted red with the outside being black. I think I really do like this contrast between two colors for the seating. The seats look really great, and I think they're on par with the Honda Integra Type R. I think one of the biggest missed opportunities with this RX-7 is having opening doors. I know RLC doesn't do opening hood and opening doors, but I think what would have made this really unique from all the other JDM RLCs is having like an opening hood with opening doors, or maybe an opening trunk, because the RX-7 has a very unique trunk. It's a hatchback, and that's one of my favorite things about the RX-7 is just the trunk. And of course, again, Hot Wheels hasn't really made anything like that. I'm not expecting them to. This is just something that I would want. I don't know if anyone else would want this. But another thing that I wish Hot Wheels would have done differently is the color choice. Spectra Flame Red is kind of a basic color for RLC. I really wish they would have made like a unique color, or even use teal. I know teal was used for the Barracuda, but it could have been used for this RLC as well, or make it yellow, just like the initial DRX7, because again, Spectra Flame Red is not too different from the blue that we got from the Ronin series on Hot Wheels Premium. So the Spectra Flame color is kind of a miss for me, and including the wheel choice. The wheel choice looks really good on the RX-7, but again, I've seen that wheel choice on the Ronin series. So to me, this RLC feels like a premium turned into an RLC. If you compare this vehicle with an RX-7 mainline or premium, there are a lot more similarities, and I would even argue that the only difference is the opening hood. Now, depending on where you come from and how you feel about things, this may not bother you, but to those that are spending a premium for this, they are going to want something that's more out of the box. For me, I do like this casting. I think it's a really solid casting, but I think it could have been better. So, those were my thoughts on the 93 RX-7 R1. And honestly, I do enjoy this one. I like it a lot. However, I do feel like they could be better in some aspects. It's just my nitpicks. However, I do believe this thing does deserve some love. I think that although this wasn't the most popular JDM RLC that Mattel has released, I do appreciate some of the details that's packed inside this car. I think that this car is a really nice addition to anyone's collection. I think for the price, for $25 retail, I think it's a really, really good piece. I don't know how it's going to do in the market, if it's going to inflate or deflate, but I honestly do really like this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.